Hello, everybody. It's the Money Talks team. Happy Tuesday. And we are here with some more medicine of self-worth with Lucie Lynch and Marcia Zena Major. Marcia, how are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, sitting here, socially distant from you in another room of your home in Honolulu. And we welcome everybody. If this is your first time joining us, we are the co-writers, co-performers, co-composers, co-lyricists, co-producers of Hawaii's award-winning two-woman musical Money Talks, but what the hell is it saying? A beautiful show all about success, failure, money, and self-worth.
Exactly. And I always call us we're co-parenting this show. We really are. We have been, we birthed this idea literally years ago already, 5-6 years ago. And it has been such a profound process, really guiding us through the journey of money. What is money? How is our relationship with money? Like, what does it mean to have money? What does it mean to not have money? How do I identify with money? And then it has transformed into a journey of worthiness, self-worth. Is my self-worth dependent or independent of the amount of money that I'm making, that I'm having, that I'm spending? It has been such a journey of self-discovery, and started out as really just like a channeling platform of, with fun and music and songs. Who would have known that this would be like a workshop, a lifelong workshop? Yeah.
That's exactly what it's been for us as the performers. Even though we wrote the show, every time we've performed it over the last 5 years or so, it's like being in a personal growth workshop, because we have to speak these lines, we have to be authentic. It brings up the stuff. So it's the show, we have said this over and over again, the show has really been a teacher for us. And now with the pandemic, because there is no real live performances anymore, we're now, the show is now traveling everywhere through Zoom and through the video recording of the show. And we are offering these October Facebook episodes in support of October's Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and in support of Purse Power, a wonderful company that offers a free directory of women-owned businesses. So if you really want to put your money where your mouth is, you can download for free Purse Power's app. And so we're celebrating the awareness of domestic violence in hopes of awakening people to it. And we want you to enjoy this episode of The Medicine of Self-Worth. So we're going to share just a little scene from the show. It doesn't matter that you've never seen it. And then we'll chat and comment about that scene. I think you'll really enjoy it. This is a very popular song from the show.
Exactly. And, always considering, I'm always amazed again. We wrote this song probably 2013, and how timely it is right now. So here we go, just sharing the screen, being prepared as usual, right? Here we go.
Curtain comes up on Act 2.
Oh, come on, my friends.
2. The stage is a soft, beautiful blue because it's twilight in New York City. Lily sits alone on a park bench. Danny sits alone in his apartment, and they're both pondering the same question.
Can I
Wow.
Hallelujah. Here we go again, huh?
Yeah. Wow. That's such a powerful song. I mean, one of the things that struck me, even though he wrote this, is the first lines, "What's my worth? Am I given it at birth?" Can
Yeah.
you, I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just such a profound question to ponder. Is my worth inherent?
Yeah.
I mean, is everybody born fully worthy, fully unconditionally, inherently valuable?
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, we believe that that is true, and yet, what happened to us?
I
Right? What happened to us? Because nobody lives that truth, right, Lucy?
I think, what's, you're absolutely right, Marcia. And what really is, moves me so much about it is that we've been so far removed from that truth. And right now, though, with everything that's going on, you can also see, you can focus on the destruction and you can focus on all the horrible and the hate and all of that, but also the yearning and the scream that is underneath all of that, to remember this truth and to get back to this truth and to no longer filter the world through our preferences, right? Because that's a lot of times what happens too, is we all want to believe this truth, and then we have preferences, though, right? Like right now, politically, for example, if we don't want to make this a political thing, but it's like every human being is inherently valuable. But I really don't like the left party. I don't like the right party. I don't like this person. I don't like that person. I don't like this politician. But it's like, can we take all of that out of the equation for a moment and just say, okay, but on a human level, we are all worthy. We are all worthy to be here. We are all worthy to breathe. We are all worthy to be alive. We are all worthy to express ourselves. It's such a powerful thing to consider and to ponder, and then to really take an honest look. Where are we not allowing that ourselves? Where are we not feeling with ourselves? And that has been really something, up for you, I know, very much so. For me, I always follow Marcia's footsteps when she's going through a process. 3 months later, I'm there with her. And you can really feel like that notion of, wow, is it just something that I say because I like the sound of it? I'm worthy. Sounds great. Oh, it sounds awesome. Or is it actually something that really sinks in, right? And that's up. And I think not only for you and I, Marcia, this is up for the world right now, for every human being. Am I lovable? Am I worthy? Am I deserving?
Yes. Yeah, and I mean, we could talk for the rest of our lives just about this, because I don't think there's any more essential question. The question of, am I lovable? Am I worthy?
Yeah.
Because in my heart of hearts, and every great spiritual teaching says this, every great religious teaching, when you cut through the noise of the religion and you go to the essential of these teachings, everybody says that we are part of the divine, that we are expressions of the divine, everybody. But how do you embody that? How do you take that in where it becomes as simple and as the breath? I mean, we take breathing for, we know we all breathe. How can we know, or how can I know that I am deeply lovable and deeply valued? And I don't have an answer for that, because I was thinking about this. I think that, there's a lot of self-worth workshops. There's lots of books you can read about self-worth. But the paradox is that it's not something like in the song. She asks, can I buy it? Can I sell it? Can I trade it? Can I hide it? And the answer is no, it's there. It's there like the breath. I mean, every baby that's born is blessed with a divine gift of breathing. when they are a living baby, a living, and so this question of self-worth, it's so inherent, and it's such a profound thing to like spend 15 minutes in your day when you're outside looking at the people that pass you by, looking at the people masked in the groceries, you know, and ask yourself, wow, imagine that they're inherently valuable. Imagine that they are a spark of the divine. How would that change our world if we would even be willing to ponder that question?
Yeah. You know what just came to me when you shared that, Marcia, was this image of, you know, each one of us being like, you know, one of those, in those old movies, like one of those palaces or villas where there's all these hidden rooms, right? And in those movies like Jumanji or something, they always find this hidden room somewhere like in the attic. And then they find this old treasure box and there's like this old thing in there. And I just had this image of all of us having that, you know, we are this old castle, and in the attic, hidden, there's a room, and we locked our self-worth away. But it's always there. It has always been there. It sits there waiting for us. And what we have to do is open the door, open the windows, brush off that dust, and remember that it was always there, and that it was kind of like almost part of the game. To be like, I have a great idea. I'm going to incarnate on planet Earth. I'm going to hide my self-worth inside myself in a dark room somewhere. And then I have to find it, you know? I mean, that would be such a great game idea. And it's, you know, it's kind of out there, the idea already of that kind of a game. But I feel like, you know, that's that notion, is that many times we find those treasures that we're looking for outside, inside, right? And here we are, all of us, you know, on social media, trying to get the approval that we can't find for ourselves, because the approval is hiding with the self-worth in that old room up there, right?
Right.
And that self-love that we're all looking for in the likes, in the video sharings, in the comments, the floating hearts and the live videos, we're all hunting for that. And yet it means, at the end of the day, it means nothing. Because if we cannot find that in ourselves, all of those hearts, you see it even when you do it on the app, the hearts are fleeting. They disappear, and they come and disappear. They are an illusion. But when we have that rise from within, when we open that room, that hidden attic storage room, and allow self-worth to be there again, allow it to breathe, allow it to shine, then it doesn't matter. Then the whole internet could break down, and we could just sit in our front yard under the tree and would still feel worthy, without people watching our show, booking our workshops, buying our programs, attending our whatevers, you know? So it's that, that notion of, makes me just want to take a deep breath, you know? It's already there.
It brings up, there's a wonderful Sufi prayer, and I have this written down on my little altar in my bedroom, and it just speaks to what you said earlier. And the Sufi prayer is, forgive me for forgetting. Forgive me for forgetting. So the first thing to really realize is that we've all forgotten.
Yeah.
We're not bad. We're not wrong. As Lucie said, if you take a real spiritual point of view, it's part of this mysterious game of incarnating. And so I love forgive me for forgetting. And the other thing that I want to say, that I think I've said it every episode, is it brings me back to that Rumi quote that is in our show, that to me sums up the show very clearly. Rumi, the 13th century mystical Sufi poet. And again, the quote is, you wander from room to room, hunting for the diamond necklace that's already around your neck.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know, and you could translate it into, we are hunting from room to room, looking for the self-worth that already resides within.
Right, exactly. And we hunt in all sorts of forms, like Lucie said. I think social media almost exists as an expression of that hunger, right? And but we hunt and gather possessions, money, clothes, likes, approval. It goes on and on and on and on and on. And how would our lives be different if we, first step, just became aware that we were hunting? That's the first awakening, to become aware that we're hunting. Because in the awareness that we're hunting, suddenly a window or a door opens inside. And if that's all, and I feel like the pandemic has invited us into this opportunity to pay attention to what we're hunting for, because so much of our ability to hunt has been taken away. Or the distractions have been taken away. And yes, you can still fill yourself with distractions in lockdown, but if you really accept this transformative invitation and begin to quiet down, as Lucie was saying, and take a deep breath and begin to lean back into the unconditional lovability that we all were born with. It existed even before we were born. Maybe that would be the first step in this world changing.
And, and then again, it's not that Marcia and I promote here, like, just walk barefoot with a bundle around the world and, don't strive to own anything anymore. That's really not what it's about. It's really more about when you come from a place of, wanting things because you want them to have fun, to share, to enjoy, but not from that needy place anymore, that we think we need that bigger house, or we need that bigger car, or we need those likes. Because there's also nothing wrong with being successful on social media and having a lot of likes. I like my likes. But the difference is, I like my likes. Yeah, I like my likes, right? It's this thing when it comes from that point that it covers up for a moment that emptiness, right? That's for me the toxicity about it. And that's, I think, what we all are asked to look at. It's like, why do I want what I want? Why do I really want all of that? And then stop the hunting for a moment and then be like, oh, maybe I don't have to hunt for all of these things. I only need to hunt for this, because that could really enhance. But again, turning inward is right now really the gift of this time. And this is really an invitation. We are inviting you to go within. And if you want to support, a good cause with it, go ahead and really, watch this show. I can really only, we put it to your heart, watch this show. Have a great evening, pour yourself a glass of wine, have a nice dinner, dress yourself up, create your living room, make it a theater, make yourself popcorn, whatever floats your boat. Make it a night where you really sit there with us, because it's a very intimate show, and ponder these questions. I think you will not regret it. I think you will really be moved.
Yes, and the way to watch the show for the month of October is, again, to go to pursepower.com, again, pursepower.com, and you can purchase a ticket where you could watch the show at any time at all. And like Lucie said, invite whoever's in your home with you to watch it, because it's a profound conversation starter, along with being very funny and very entertaining. And so we want to just wrap up with, this is speaking of the social media, I think I saw this on Facebook. It was just a line, and it said, to go out, go within.
Yeah.
So pay attention to what's driving the need to hunt, because in paying attention to that, there is a treasure to be discovered. Exactly. And so stay tuned for next Tuesday for our episode 4 of our Facebook Live series. And thanks for joining us.
Exactly. And all we got to do, all of us, is keep remembering.
Keep remembering. Aloha.
Aloha.